Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. It has been quite a few weeks since we have uploaded a video. I think it's been like 3 weeks. I have been out with the flu. I was bedridden for like 2 weeks. I'm finally feeling a little bit better. So I thought today I would just walk around the garden, do a little bit of an update, kind of like a mini tour. It is December, so there isn't too much going on, but I haven't been out here too much in the last few weeks, and there are some things that I want to harvest since this space has been very neglected, seeing as how I could barely get out of bed. So I've got some things to pick, and I'll show you how the garden's doing. We still have some stuff growing amazingly, even though it's been pretty cold around here. So far the coldest it's gotten is about 16 degrees Fahrenheit, which is decently cold, but a lot of stuff is still alive, especially the stuff under frost fabric, and we have had a couple of days of kind of warmer weather. So I've let the chickens out so they can have a little bit more outdoor space today and scratch around, and I'll be showing you around, and then we'll do a little bit of harvesting at the end. I think I'm also gonna go visit the goats real quick. I need to clean up their area a little bit since I haven't really done too much there in the last couple of weeks, so let's go say hi to them first. So here's a look at the garden at the moment. Our kale is still doing really great. And then this bed that I had planted up and I had high hopes for is not looking too good. I put in some transplants of cauliflower and cabbage. I also did a line of some root vegetables, but one of our chickens had gotten out and scratched up a bunch of my transplants, and then I think it also got too cold. So for now I'm just going to leave it. Who knows, it might always survive until the spring. And then here's how the next bed is looking. Not a lot of growth, but things are surviving still. I've got a few tatsoi plants in this bed. The inner part of them still looks really green, but you can definitely see some cold damage on them here. This bed is not covered with frost fabric, and I've noticed that these plants definitely have more frost damage than other ones in the garden that are more protected. So having a little bit of cover really does help. And these probably can be picked at any time. Like this rosette is really nice. So at some point when I have something on my meal plan that I can use this, I'm gonna harvest this pretty soon. And then onto our Vego garden bed, which is looking really nice. I'm gonna be doing some harvesting in here today. I think I'm gonna go ahead and harvest all of the rest of whatever smaller radishes I have in here, like red radishes. I've got some really big ones. And then I also planted some white radishes as well down here. So I think I'm just going to go down the line and harvest all of them. I probably would have done this a week or two ago while I was sick, because it did get really cold and I was worried that these wouldn't make it, but actually they did really well. So I guess it was okay that I didn't get to them when I wanted to. So I think that's all we're going to be picking from this bed today, but I have been picking some of this beautiful lettuce, and we also have some lovely spinach here as well that I've also been harvesting. So that's been doing really well in this bed. And then the rest of the garden is pretty much back here. In this row we have lots of different Brassica plants. In the front here we have our Brussels sprouts plants, and they are actually starting to form the Brussels sprouts. They're still pretty small now, so we'll see how big they get. I've only ever had them get to about this size before it probably gets too cold or anything. But the weather's looking really good for the next week, so hopefully they'll put on more growth. Then I have some cauliflower plants. I harvested one that was pretty big, and I did that before we got down to a really low temperature, because I was worried it would get damaged. But then my other ones were too small, so I kind of just left it up to chance, and it does look like some of them got damaged. Like this one, you can tell there's frost damage here, so I'll probably have to come pick this one soon before it gets more rotten. Then we have another one here that's looking pretty good. I don't think it has pretty much any frost damage, so I'm gonna leave that one to see if it can get bigger. It's kind of just like a mini size right now. And then I've got another mini one here. The red cabbage still has not headed up. I've never gotten really any good heads from red cabbage before, so I keep trying it, but it usually doesn't work out for me, at least with my timing. Maybe I have to plant it earlier. And then in the back, I have my broccoli plants, which were really small, but you can see that they have started forming some heads. Don't know how big they'll get because the plants themselves are pretty small, so I don't have high hopes for a really large crown of broccoli, but you can see this one is starting to grow. I'm not sure that it's going to get any bigger than that, honestly, because again, the plants are just a little small. And then you can see this one back here also started heading up, but I think it got just a tiny bit of frost damage up top. So yeah, that's what we have in this row. And then one row over, I've got some more stuff that I'm going to be picking today. This lettuce is looking so good, absolutely beautiful. I'm not going to be picking it right now because we have a lot of lettuce inside the house, but it is looking gorgeous. And I'm going to be picking more root vegetables from here, so it's going to be a big root vegetable harvest today. I have more red radishes back here, which have not grown as well as the ones in my Vego garden bed because we had another really long period of drought this fall. It didn't rain for a month or two, so these did not grow super well back here, but I do still have some pretty large radishes. They've grown pretty inconsistently though, just because of the lack of water, and I didn't really water back here while they were growing, but I think we'll still end up with a pretty decent harvest. Hopefully they're not too pithy or spicy. You can see we have some nibbles on these guys here. So it'll be good to get these out of the ground because the longer they stay in the ground, the more opportunity for animals to come eat them. Radishes can store pretty long in the fridge, probably a month or two if you take the greens off. So I'd rather just harvest them now and store them in the fridge where they will not get eaten by animals. And then on the other side of the bed, I have a different root vegetable. These are some white turnips. I'm gonna see how much of this I'm gonna harvest. Probably not all of it because they're not all fully grown, but I definitely have some really nice large ones here. That's a good size. I really like these turnips. They're kind of like a more mild turnip flavor compared to purple turnips. And I think they're really nice at about this size, maybe like 3 inches. I'll probably be roasting these for dinner tonight. And here's another really nice size one. So I'm gonna be going through this bed and seeing what root vegetables I can add to the harvest for today. I'm gonna start harvesting in the Vego garden bed, and it feels very good to be out in the garden again. I was sick for so long. I think it was the longest I've ever been sick for, and it's good to finally be outside again. I think that everyone who's gotten the flu this year, it's been like worse than it usually is. I think pretty much ever since 2020. Like anytime you get sick, it's just way worse. So yeah, sorry it has been a little bit. And also thank you to everyone who has sent in questions after I asked in the last video for you all to send us questions for a future Q&A. Some of you have responded, and we have not had a chance to do that yet since I haven't really been able to talk. I actually lost my voice for like 2 or 3 days. So it was very quiet in the house during that time. So yeah, obviously we couldn't really do that while I was out sick, but now that I'm feeling a little better, I'm thinking that we'll probably film the Q&A this weekend, so we'll have that up soon. So yeah, if you didn't get a chance to ask your questions yet, you can go back to our last video or just comment on this one and ask us a question, and we will answer it when we film that very soon. So I'm just picking all of the, all the root vegetables in this row, so you can, yeah. I already feel like I'm exerting so much energy just doing this. Oh, really? So simple. I'm like sweating. Mm-hmm. There's definitely like some kind of rodent.
Yeah, well, I saw somebody fur yesterday.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, I think they...
So when are we getting our cat? I would really like a cat.
No.
This is dire.
Oh, no.
A cat is preventative measure. So here is our final harvest. We have some of our white Tokanashi turnips, and then we've got a nice little pile of mixed radishes, red and white variety. This is the white hailstone and the giant of Sicily. So not too bad for a neglected winter garden. So it's good to be back. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if there's anything you want to see, especially going into the winter, because there's not as much going on. So if you want to see more of the animals, more like day-to-day life, or if you want to see more cooking videos, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.